Hi everyone, I'm using the Lexi's Tarot for our reading. I'll choose for our reading from the 1st of September through to Sunday the 7th of September. So I'm asking for a message from the highest and greatest good for the collective or anyone who views this video, and as always, just take what resonates, pop the rest to one side, just see what unfolds. So I'm asking for a card for Monday. We have the Moon. For Tuesday, Justice. Wednesday, Death. Thursday, the Fool. Friday, the Two of Cups. Saturday, the Ten of Pentacles. Sunday, the High Priestess. The Wheel of Fortune. The Ten of Cups. And we'll take the Empress as well. Wow, what a powerful week. So Monday, we are being influenced, and we're under this heavy influence of the eclipse moons, the High Priestess moons. So we're in this eclipse season, we're in under the umbrella of the eclipse, and it is bringing things to the surface. So already we have the full moon on Sunday, so we're starting to feel the effects of this full moon, this full lunar eclipse in Pisces, which is all around our emotions, all around our spirituality, our connection with our higher self. So this is the Moon card, and she is in the ocean. And as I'm looking at this card, I'm seeing the vision of Sedna, the Inuit goddess, whose father pushed her over the side of the boat into the ocean, where she sank to the bottom of the ocean bed and transformed into a goddess. And Venus is Leo, moving with the Magdalene and the divine feminine energy. So really looking at areas of our lives. So you can see there is a white wolf and a black wolf howling at the moon. So which one are we feeding our shadow? Are we being loyal to our shadow? Are we believing those false beliefs that we've been programmed into? Or are we starting to connect more with the light, with our higher self, dissolving and loving that shadow part of ourselves, so it dissolves, so that we take in more light? So this is a powerful week under the energies, the powerful energies of the High Priestess, who is asking us to go within, to listen to our creative energy. And today, on Monday, Saturn stations retrograde and moves into Pisces again, the ocean. So Saturn retrograding back into Pisces today. So this is a looking at where we are maybe not upholding our soul contracts, where we may have gone a little bit astray on those. Looking at our spiritual practices, what are we holding on to that is blocking us from the higher consciousness, from our higher self. Saturn is the Lord of Karma, is the father, is the teacher. So teaching us, showing us where we are still in a structure, still in a mental structure of a false belief that is blocking us from remembering that we are spirit manifest into the physical, reminding us of that spirit comes through us, and we manifest with the energy that moves through us, through our visions, through our perceptions, our feelings, our behaviors. We are constantly creating the reality we live in. And is this a solid structure that is no longer resonating with our spiritual essence, with our soul contracts? So he is taking us back into Pisces, which is the final sign of the zodiac. We're in Virgo today, so it's the beginning, first day of September, which is a 9-month. We're in a 9-year. So all this is about completion of those karmic cycles, so that we can move into our Dharma. So sinking down, connecting to the divine feminine, bringing through and channeling those messages from the divine feminine. On Tuesday, Mercury moves into Virgo. This is the card that's connected to Libra, about balance. So sometimes we can let our mind grab hold and start to tell us that everything's got to be perfect. We've got to be perfect. We overanalyze things. We have everything on spreadsheets. We have to have everything down to the final word, that until all that is done, we can't move forward. So this energy, this eclipse, is helping us to break free from that. It's helping us to dissolve those structures that are exhausting us, that are draining us, that are draining our life force energy, creating a mental exhaustion and an emotional one. So things dissolving, and Tuesday, with Mercury moving into Virgo, which Mercury rules Virgo, so this is very powerful, and Mercury is being activated through this full moon, this full lunar eclipse. So we're feeling the effects of how are we thinking. Are those thoughts knocking us out of balance? Are we overthinking things too much? This is the card of Libra that brings in balance, and with this card, Mahat stands forward. She weighs our heart at the time of passing with a feather on the scales, and also Archangel Michael has the scales and a feather. So this is a time of really going deep within our hearts, of looking at our relationships. And Archangel Gabriel is stepping forward and taking our attention to our sacral. Our sacral is the area of water, of emotions, and also our sacred relationships. This is the area of creation. So bringing through the divine feminine, the energies of the divine feminine into our sacral, into any dense energy we may be holding there from this lifetime and eons, bringing healing into our sacral, so that we can move and create our divine creations. We can draw and connect with sacred relationships, seeing each other as a sacred being, which we all are. So Tuesday, really going into our sacral, paying attention to where we are off with our thoughts. Well, what thoughts are knocking us out of balance, out of harmony with another, or with ourselves, with the situation in our life. This is all around, maybe our minds might be a bit cluttered. We are being asked to do some decluttering of our mind, getting rid of those thoughts that are not bringing vital life force energy to us, that are taking, that creating a weakness within us. Decluttering around our homes, around our workspace. So it's letting go now of what is old, what is we've outgrown. So I'm just feeling like we're breaking out of this shell into a vastness as Saturn moved back into Scorpio. We are going through these immense energies of the eclipse, moving to this full lunar eclipse, which is a blood moon. Powerful, powerful full moon, lunar eclipse in Pisces. So anything that is blocking us from flowing with grace is going to be coming to the surface. Are we going to be feeding? Are we loyal to the old falseness, the old stories that we tell ourselves? Or are we starting to resonate and come into loyalty with the truth of who we are? So powerful energy on Tuesday, the planets that are shifting and moving, we feel that within us. If you're feeling tired, rest. Energetically, there is a lot going on within us. We are waking up, and as we wake up, we start to become ultra sensitive to environments and situations in our life that create discomfort within us, that we created through a time of unconsciousness, being led by fear or maybe some control. And so we're waking up from all that now, and we're stepping out of them very subtly. But the feelings that we have had for eons of lifetimes are coming to the surface now. And this is a time of, I'm not feeling too good. I really am not feeling myself at the moment, so I'm just going to rest. I'm just going to take some time out. I'm going to go for a swim. I'm going to lie in the bath. I'm going to take some batch remedies. I'm going to do myself healing, whatever it is for us to do during this wormhole of the eclipse season, making sure that we are coming into our hearts and that we are pulsating harmony. And I'm being shown our mind sends out electrical impulses into this electrical field all around us, sends out these impulses. So does our heart. Our heart is a lot stronger than our mind, our crown. It's a lot stronger and goes out further. But then we have, around the sacral, we have the same impulses coming from the sacral, but they're very weak. And we are coming through a time with these high priestess moons of really going within and strengthening our area of creativity, because this is where we create from. This is our area of sacred relationships, of divine creations. So as I'm speaking, Archangel Gabriel stepping in, asking us to bring our hands to our sacral, just below our belly button, breathing the divine healing light in through our crowns, this powerful healing energy, and these light codes that are coming through during this wormhole of the full moon, of the eclipse season, and holding our sacral and breathing the light in through our crown all the way down into our hearts, down our arms, into our hands, into our palm chakras and into our sacral, and just asking for anything that is blocking our creative flow to dissolve now. Anything that is blocking us from creating sacred relationships to dissolve now, and for our chakras to be in beautiful alignment with our higher self. So this is a time of balance. as we are moving through this week, constantly aware of, I'm not feeling this, I maybe have got into a bit of frustration, or some old anger's coming to the surface. I don't know where it's coming from. No, that is normal. You've not took any steps backwards. It's coming up from our very roots, through our sacral and up through into our crown, through all our chakras. We're going to feel them. We're going to create the illusion of them, because it's old stuff, but it's good that it comes up. Just sit and journal, and go outside and sit in nature. Nature is a powerful place of healing. To just sit and be in nature and allow things to just dissolve from your energy field, from your emotional body, your mental body, even physically, coming back into this alignment. So we're moving through this time of the wheel of the seasons is moving, and we're coming into the autumn equinox at the 22nd of this month. So things are shifting, and when things start to shift, as you can see outside, if you're coming into the spring equinox in the south, that's beautiful. The autumn equinox in the north, things are changing around us. So biologically, we are going to start changing. Our cells within our body will start to change to get ready for the winter time, and you will be in the southern hemisphere getting ready for spring and summer. So our bodies are going through a chemical change with the season, with the turn of the wheel, with nature, because at the core of us, that's what we are. So we are moving through this time to really keep checking in with ourselves, and if we're feeling a bit array, or we're feeling out of balance, to take some time out to maybe just sit and allow it to move through you. Sit in a sacred space and speak about it. Get it out of your system, and then cleanse the room, cleanse your home, cleanse yourself. Give yourself some juniper oil and go through your aura. Give yourself your energy bands, your aura, a nice cleanse, and just put it into the earth, send it into the earth, and Mother Earth will take it and transmute it. She wants to take the heaviness from us. She wants us, we are her children. She wants to bring through that healing energy, and whatever we release into the earth, she will transmute it into love, into beauty. So a time of really letting go and allowing things to fall away, allowing those layers to just dissolve and leave us. And Wednesday we have the Death card, which is beautiful. I love this card. You can see there the star coming up in the blue hour just before the sunrise, and this is Venus. She's the morning star now. So spend some time in this divine feminine. She is the Queen of Queens. This is a card of death and rebirth. There's got to be a death of the old for the deeper remembrance to start to arise within us. And Mercury and Uranus in conversation on Wednesday. So Uranus is slowing down to go into retrograde in Gemini, and is helping us to come into alignment with the truth of who we are. So Uranus is the galactic fixer and is moving us to the place where we're meant to be. Mercury now in Virgo, ruled by Virgo, very powerful energy of really connecting. Uranus is the higher mind, it's the higher conscious, it's the cosmic consciousness. Mercury is the lower mind, the mental. And once we start to clear the mental of the old stories, Uranus and Mercury come together and we start to receive divine messages from the higher realms, from our higher self. So there's a transformation occurring with our crown opening up, connecting to the higher consciousness, a death of the old way of thinking, and an expansion into the newness that is bringing through opportunities, that is helping us to see beyond the old beliefs, that are helping us to think beyond, think outside of the box. So those old thoughts moving away for us to come into alignment with the higher consciousness, but also again Venus, who is moving with the divine feminine and the Magdalene, and connecting to that energy, connecting to the divine feminine, bringing through those creations, those divine creations, giving birth to those divine creations. This is very, very magical, very mystical. So as we let the old go, we are moving into a resurrection, a remembrance and a rebirth. Thursday, we have the Fool, new beginning. As we change our thoughts and we change our perceptions, and we actually start to find some peace within, a new path opens up, and she is just falling backwards off that cliff into that flower of life, into the, again, it's the ocean. I'm going back into Pisces, where it's the ocean of consciousness, of spirituality, of there are no structures there. It's connection, it's our spiritual rituals, and we all have our own personal connection with the divine, with our angels and guides. So it's being true to that, not following someone else's way of doing things, actually going within, listening to your guidance within, and doing and creating your own ritual that's going to take you on a new path. And as we are doing this, as we're going through this week that's very powerful for manifesting, there's going to be a lot of falling away, so that our manifestations will not be contaminated by the limited beliefs that we've had in the past. So as they fall away and we start to use and work with energy consciously, we start to program the energy as we would a crystal. We will before we are doing our healing, or when we are doing a placement or a grid, we program the crystal. It's the same with energy. When we program that energy and we send it out, then that consciousness goes forward and starts to create what we have sent out. So we're having a release of the lower limiting beliefs, so that we can move into this expansion of the consciousness that is limitless, and start to use and work with energy that way, with our intentions, really programming our intentions as we would when we're working with our healing tools. So using energy that way as we're moving into this new time and this full moon. So things being enlightened within us. This is a very sacred and spiritual time, and we are spiritual beings that have manifested in these bodies. We've manifested everything around us, but we're starting to manifest a new life, a new reality. And you can see that she is holding a crystal in her hand and a wand. So using, we're still in, we're in Virgo season, so using our wands, using our healing tools, our magical and mystical crystals and whatever else we have that are personal to us in our medicine bag. We are using everything, the candle magic, the intentions, allowing things to come to the surface, and doing maybe going into some water and allowing it to cleanse away in the water, taking those deep breaths and allowing it to move through our bodies, and then doing our intentions when we're in that beautiful alignment. So this is a time of release and manifest, release and taking in more magic. So a new path as we've let go of the old. Friday we have the Two of Cups. This is coming together beautifully too, and this is romance. This is the rainbow, the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, when those sacred relationships start to resonate with each other. Maybe they've just been a bit off kilter, or some things have been coming through this week that have from the old that have been projecting into relationships. It's starting to erase now, and something beautiful is blooming within us. Our heart is opening, our sacral is getting stronger. Those divine relationships, we're seeing the sacredness in our relationships. And this is romance, but it's also the balancing of the divine masculine and the divine feminine that are coming together in a marriage and birthing divine creations. These divine creations are our gifts, our spiritual gifts that we are bringing into our reality in whichever form, whether it's through writing, singing, speaking, artwork, whatever it is, dancing, whatever it is, it's entwining now. It's a beautiful harmony of dance between the divine masculine and the divine feminine that's creating and giving birth to the divine creations. And it could be a divine and sacred relationship. So coming together that is going to really open the heart, that's allowing the armouring of the heart to fall away now, the heart to crack open. On Saturday we have the Ten of Pentacles. So this is again beautiful. This is the healing moon before the full moon, the full lunar eclipse in Pisces. So anything that is not of this, feel the energy of this beautiful card. Anything that is not of this, that is presenting itself on this healing moon, the goddess of the moon is asking that just give me, just surrender anything that's not of this. This is prosperity. It is where we have come full circle. It's a new beginning, but a new beginning in a prosperous and healthy, aligned way that brings ultimate happiness. So if something is not of this and it keeps coming up, it's a familiar old feeling and we don't know what to do about it, spend the healing moon cleansing it, being aware of it, not suppressing it. Write and burn on it. Whatever your ritual is of surrender and releasing, to really acknowledge it, because if we look at all the uncomfortable feelings, all the angst that we might have, all the conflicts or whatever may be going on in the outside world, and even within our family dynamics, whatever it may be, is focusing on that and feeding it with our words and our feelings. And remember that electrical energy that comes from every beat of our heart. We send out a impulse of electric that goes into our electrical field and creates it's like a TV screen. So our thoughts are electrical impulses. Every thought is an electrical impulse and lights up within our mind and creates a pathway. So that is going out into our energy field. The same with our heart. Feelings. If we are feeling fearful, if we are feeling anxious, if we are feeling stressful, our heart's beating faster, we are breathing, our breath becomes shallow, our heartbeat becomes faster, our sacral definitely closes and starts to pulsate very weakly. So this is about anything that is creating that in our body is preventing this from coming in. All those old beliefs, because that's what they are. It's our history repeating itself. So when we start to move our attention away, and this is not ignoring it and pretending it's not there, we actively start to write, this is something old within me. I don't know where it's coming from. So I'll get it out of myself some way. I will write on it. I'll write, get the emotion as you're writing, get the emotion out of you through your whichever hand, left or right hand, and write it. Write the problem, the whatever it is you can't speak about to anyone, write it down on paper and burn it on Friday. On Saturday, because this is the healing moon. We are focusing on this and dissolving anything that is not of that. If you can see the moon, and even if you can't, because it will look pretty full, and I'm being taken to the red. I know it's a pentacle. Oh, it's the tree of life. So I'm being drawn into that because it is the full blood moon. So this is a very powerful one. So we will be feeling anything that we've not healed, or remnants of old stuff coming up on this night, so even if we can't see the moon, the energies are still there, the energies are still potent. Sit outside, take some nice, wrap up if it's a little bit cold, because we are moving in to the cooler nights now. So wrap up and write down and make a fire pit, sit in front of a fire pit and just write and put things in. Anything, even if it's like, oh, that's not really anything, it becomes something when we're constantly thinking about it and projecting it into our reality. So really do a cleanse until you feel the expansion of the energy within, of the higher consciousness of this. If you can see the moon, stare into the moon. Of everything, of how you would love your life to be. Look into the moon and allow anything else that is not of that to just dissolve. It's very powerful. It really is powerful. I do that every healing moon. Look up into the moon and allow anything that is blocking from my vision to just melt away. Not even how I intend it to melt away, just feeling it and seeing it excuse me, melting away. So see, it's working on me already. So yeah, letting things go. So anything that is not of that, feel the activation of that, and anything that is not up to that level, let it go. And then Sunday we have the High Priestess, and it is the full moon on Sunday, the full moon in Pisces. So powerful, powerful. The energy of the High Priestess, the mystic, going within, using your magical energy and allowing it to pulsate within every cell of your body and out into your energy field. And every second of the day that we have trillions of cells in our body, and every second of the day, thousands. We have thousands of cells just there on our fingertips, which are all memory. So every second there are cells dying and new cells being created, and they will be created by the feelings that we have. So when we are in a place of anger, conflict, all the time we're in those energies and feelings, that all the cells that are being produced during that time, that's all they will know. So every so often we'll have a trigger and these cells will start to vibrate and bring in a cellular memory of how we felt when those cells were being created. I hope I'm making sense. So when we are sat in this mystical energy, this sacred energy, the magic of it, feeling that within us, all the cells in our body, as we are sat feeling this, are filled with mystical energy, are filled with that spiritual connection, are created in a divine, healing and loving way. So as we sit, the longer we sit, the cells that we are creating during that time have that memory, and the more we sit in peace, we start to create cells that are so peaceful. When we are focusing and feeling love, we create cells of love that only know love, that all that memory. So the more we stay in this alignment during this powerful time of resurrection, of rebirth, we rebirth into, we tip the balance from the old cellular memory that we keep projecting into our reality, into we tip the balance of that. We tip the balance, and it creates a shift, a powerful shift into good fortune, into happiness. And this is the card it's the Wheel of Fortune. It's the card that's connected to Jupiter, and Jupiter on Friday, Jupiter is in connection with Mars. So we're feeling that energy of motivation. So when we align and we sit in that and we visualize every cell within our body filled with divine light, filled with divine love, filled with life force energy, filled with divine magic, filled with divine mystery, and all those beautiful, filled with joy, filled with happiness, filled with divine abundance, all the time we are feeling that, those cells that are being created within our bodies start to resonate with that. And as we tip the balance, that's what we step into, and it creates a wheel. And we are going through the wheel of the seasons is changing as well. So things are starting to change, but changing for the better, moving into this time of the equinox, the autumn equinox, in alignment and filled with light and filled with peace, that is going to nourish our body as we move through the winter time, through the darker time, the darker nights. So we're shifting and moving, and the chemistry within our bodies is changing. So we are helping, and we are taking responsibility for what cells we are creating, because ultimately that creates our body, and our bodies are changing as we change our thoughts and our feelings and our beliefs. Our body starts to change. So a shift in energy as we go within, everything starts to move as we move and change things within us, change and really focus with intention on our cells that are creating at this time, because we're all going through a biological change. Focus on those cells, because it can be a little bit unstable as we're moving into the darker months. So really focusing on those cells. And then we have the Empress there. She's got the full moon there, and a belly ready to deliver. She's in those final stages. This is the divine feminine. This is Venus, the Magdalene, the divine feminine coming through this card. And we was given healing to our sacral, we was given healing to our reproductive, we were given healing to our point of creation. And look there, that we are ready to rebirth something wonderful and prosperous into our lives. So the Empress is coming through as we do the healing. We are ready to birth those divine creations. And the Ten of Cups. So this is emotions, stable, creating stability in our lives. Again, we have the rainbow as well as there in the Two of Cups. So as we are focusing on our intentions and our sacred relationships, we move all the way through up to the Ten of Cups, which is new beginnings from a place of harmony, from a place of being loyal to ourselves, our true selves, knowing that and bringing through the energy of our soul contracts, so that we then see all our relationships that come into our life now as sacred relationships. And this brings the optimum peace, happiness, fulfillment. So we have the Earth of the Pentacles and the Water of the emotions of the Cups coming in. And water feeds earth as we are planting those seeds in of these beautiful energies. It starts to grow in our reality. So beautiful week ahead, very powerful. Keeping that balance of Pisces and Virgo, moving from the limitations of the mind into the expansion of consciousness, letting go of those rigid thoughts that hold us, that we start overthinking and then we start to project into our lives, coming back. And what the message I'm receiving as well is forgiveness. Any old unforgiveness may be coming to the surface, or things might happen around you that some truth is shown to you, and it's taking it's bringing up true forgiveness, whether it's of self or a relationship, knowing things are coming to the surface, because that unforgiveness acts as a knot, so that we keep going over it and over it and over it, tightens and tightens, to just relax, to forgive, allow that knot that's in our sacral, that's armor in our heart, to just dissolve now, dissolve, so that we can move forward in freedom. So beautiful week ahead. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you.